guys, it's Catherine, and I have been receiving requests on how I make this since November. So I'm gonna give it a shot today. Please bear with me. This is the first time I've ever tried such an in-depth tutorial. This is like digital paper that I got from Etsy. I think it's LP Studio, and like this one might be Bloomsicle. Yes, this is box and pip. No, at the time I did not know you couldn't alter it, so I'm sure I'm bound to get comments. But this is from the box and pip, and it was digital. And I just kind of cut it out and stuck it on there like a real paper clip and laminated it. These are pockets from the Target Dollar Spot, and this was kind of my answer to this planner. I really liked it. I liked the print, even though it's wearing off after minor use. But it doesn't have pockets, and I need pockets. So I'm going to show you how to make them if you're like me. Okay, for the sake of time, I have kind of pre-cut a bunch of things. I just use digital paper for the most part. You can use any scrapbook paper, obviously. I like to have something sticking up from the top. It is by no means a requirement. It's all personal preference, but this is something that I like. Something else I've done in the past is I've used things like sticky notes, like pretty ones. Simply Gilded has one that's like a teacup, and I did that before for my mom. So I think I'm going to do this, and I want them to alternate. So let me move this out of the way. You're gonna need your scrapbook paper, anything you want to stick out from the top. These were individual. I resized and stacked how I liked. I got them from Etsy. This is also from Etsy. Like, that would be cute. I've done this with die cuts from like subscription kits. So lots of ideas out there. If you're one of those people that kind of struggles with what to do in terms of die cuts, and I think that that will look cute. So how I like to do it is I use just a little bit of double-sided tape just so that it doesn't move when it goes through the laminator. And yeah. And I have been known to use this, like the tape, to even stick it down to the laminating pouches. So I'm just gonna kind of decide how far up I want them to stick. I think that's probably good. And you could also do it so they're like sticking out from the side or what have you. I think this is just fine. You know what, maybe I'll move them down just a little bit more. I fear for his little ears, because I will be putting this in my planner and it will be going with me to Disneyland. Now, I like the 5mm pouches for this, and you might need to run it through your laminator a few times when it's thick like this and you're using a thicker pouch. But to me, it's worth it. Okay, so. Sometimes I like to lay a gridded mat down underneath it so that I can be sure it's perfectly straight. Let me see, we have this. I'm gonna use this. Hopefully it does not make the screen like too busy. Now you're gonna need to remember to put a gap in between them. And I like to take the opportunity to use washi tape. So let's see, actually I'm gonna flip these around so that I can put the washi tape face down. Okay, that's good. And so this is gonna show only on the outside. You could do it double layered and have it face whichever way you want. And of course I can't find the end now. That's the rule, right? Sorry if you can hear my kid like ripping the place apart in the background. He's supposed to be cleaning his room. That means he's just playing. I think it's good right about there. I never really worry about having things too super exact. It's not the end of the world. If it's a little bit off, and really no one's gonna notice it but you. So, okay. I am going to run this through the laminator a few times and then I'll be right back. And I'm back. We've lost all the sunlight. Just what I never wanted. Okay, so I ran this through the laminator several times. For some reason, my laminator is just not heating up enough as of late, so I've kind of got this ugly pocket of air there. I'm gonna pierce it and see if I can't run it through a few more times and fix that. But you kind of get the idea. And what I do to make this fold so nicely is I typically fold it and then run it through again. Doesn't usually like that. If I just fold it and use a bone folder on it, I tend to avoid that like bubbling issue, but I don't really care. So yeah, the last thing to do is decide how many pockets you want and where. I think for this one, I am going to keep this area free of pockets, and I am going to put 3 on it. Now, this is a pocket size, and I have found that when I'm making these like little pocket things look best when you're making something that is pocket size. Obviously you can make bigger ones, and if you're making like a standard or something, you could even stack these. But for me, I feel like just the pocket size with the pocket on the front, because there's not a lot of extra space, it just looks better. But that's personal preference. And then, oh, now I won't be able to run it through the laminator again. Whatever. Yeah, don't do that. Learn that the hard way. These pockets do not like going through the laminator. Probably why it's broken. Now, you can fit, obviously, as many as 4 of these on here, but I don't usually like to go more than 3 because I feel like you're better off just making another one of these because it can get a little bit bulky. So there you go, and then you have a nice little dashboard. And now, can you see that? I kind of cut out in there, and that's what the washi is there, just to kind of reinforce it. And you can stick your washi cards in there. It's a nice place to stick die cuts, and yeah. You can put a little bit of cash in there, whatever you need. And I use these even in the traveler's notebooks where I have pockets. I just find these to be really practical. And if you like the dashboards like this, I made this one. This was with Feel Beautiful supplies. It has a pocket printed. It matched the kit. Some people don't like these. They're like, well, I'm afraid it'll fall out. I do use Ollie block clips, and I've found big or small, they work just fine to hold it in place. It's never gonna go anywhere, but it's still, some people don't like it, or they open it and they fall out, and it's just like messy. Mine do tend to slide around in there, but I'm not too fussed about it. This is a good alternative. It's never going anywhere. So yeah, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe to see more, and thank you so much for watching. All right, bye guys.